We'll find out if we have sound in minutes. I think we do. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this very special edition live stream with Amy and I at Amy's house.
You can hear us, right?
See, it's going to take a minute though. They're not because there's a bit of a delay. And so somebody tell us that you can hear us. Hey, Nagini, can you not be on the computer? That's Amy Snake.
She's a troublemaker.
There's sound. We can hear you. Thank you, Fizzy. Appreciate that. Hi, everybody. Look at everybody that's in. We have so many people in. Hi, you guys. A lot of the regulars are in. A whole bunch of people. That's great. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. What's up, Brady? Say it. Say it.
Yeah, I got it all set up in the basement. I can even see the chat column on the big screen.
That's great.
Just ready to go.
Awesome.
I'll be down there if you need me.
The last thing that Brady said to us, Brady is Amy's husband. He does not want to be on camera and he doesn't want his voice on this thing at all. The last thing he said to us 2 minutes ago was, "This is the last time you'll see me. I won't be back." But I said you can absolutely come in and join the live stream. So feel free to come in whenever you want.
Thanks, Lovey.
Your voice has already been on this thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Well done. Well played. Brady is the best. Okay.
Go this way.
So, that poor snake doesn't know me yet. Hi, Nagini. Oh, yeah, hide under my beard. So,
this will be a good test because she likes my hair.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She likes your hair. Let's see if she likes my beard. She's coming around. So here's what we're doing, you guys, in this live stream. For those who don't know, we are going to see Amy's reptiles. She has multiple of them. And so we're going to look at those and we're going to answer questions that we've printed out from Patreon. I got these nicely printed questions. And then we've got regular snake questions. Yeah, hang on to her because she's sliding up. We've got these regular snake questions. And then we have questions for the Hot Ones Challenge because we are doing the Hot Ones Challenge. And if you don't know what Hot Ones are, you'll have to look that up after the live stream. But it's basically increasingly hotter hot sauces. And we have last season's. Oh, look at that. She's already destroying things. We have last season's lineup of hot sauces, and we're going to do it. So it's going to be very exciting. We're going to do the reptile stuff first before we get into the hot sauces. You guys, look at this. Clint's in.
Hey, Clint.
From Black Box. So any of your cage questions, Clint will answer in the chat. He's very good about doing that. Scotch that we're drinking right now is one of my very personal favorites. This is Lagavulin 11. The Nick Offerman edition. This is, you can't see it because it's not focusing on him. Maybe it will. Cover your face, Amy. See what happens. Will it focus? No. Oh, you know what I have to do? Hang on. I got to change let's open this. Now watch this.
There we go.
Boom. Nick Offerman edition. So Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec owns part of Lagavulin now because he did a bunch of ads for them. And now he's got a stock in the distillery. And he makes this. Oh yeah, come up on my hat there, girl. He makes this. I mean, he doesn't make it, but they've put out this Offerman edition Lagavulin. It's an 11-year. The normal Lagavulin that you see is a 16, and that's fantastic also. But here we go. Sláinte, everybody. Okay. So we're going to answer a bunch of questions. We'll also answer your questions from the chat, but I don't see them always. Although Amy, no, she's a great co-host.
Shenanigans right off the bat.
So Amy's really good at seeing stuff. So you'll monitor the chat better than I do. So let's do this. And then if you want me to see something that you're asking, super chat it, and I'll see it because it's bright. And usually what happens is I'm in Southern Utah, by the way. Amy lives in Southern Utah, and Amy and I perform at a festival here. And so I was here performing at this festival the last 4 days. And so I'm just staying an extra day so that we can do a live stream together. But normally what happens is I'm in Burbank in my home and I'm doing a live stream, and Amy is usually in the live stream texting me if I miss stuff. So she's doing her thing from Utah. I'm in California, and now we finally get to do a live stream together, which is great. Tell us about Nagini.
This is Nagini. She's my first ever baby. The first pet that I ever bought for myself.
Is she really? How long have you had her?
I have had her for more than 7 years. She was fully grown when I had her, when I first got her, and I know they had been using her as a breeder. She is just a normal, so don't know what their plan was there. But I went to the store looking for, this hat is not going to work, babes. Try Bob's. Nope.
It's not a stiff enough brim.
She's just going to take it with her.
By the way, my mom's in, you guys. Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. Mama Bledsoe.
Jean Bledsoe's in, you guys. Good to see you in here, Mom. She can hang on. She'll hang on to your head. Look at that.
And my glasses.
Yeah. It's great.
Okay, I can't see the chat. I'm blind. Yeah, I've had her for 7 years. She's a normal ball python. I don't actually know how old she is, but she's been fantastic. I love her so much.
We got a super chat from Erica already.
Hi, Erica.
Thanks for the super chat, Erica. Hey, Bob. Hey, Amy. I'll keep an eye on the super chats in case you get too caught up on the hot challenge. Thanks, Erica. I appreciate that.
Erica's the best.
Erica knows that Erica also does this for me. She texts me when I miss something. Thank you so much, Erica. It was good to see you at the Super Show. My last video has a little clip of Erica in it, you guys.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, let's go back to this other camera view. We have tortoises. There's a tortoise in here. You can't see how long this is. It actually looks short in the camera view, but it's more than 6 feet long that way. And there's 2 of them. We'll have tortoises out shortly. But it's so fantastic. It's a molded piece of plastic basically as a tortoise enclosure. And on this side here is a little water thing. So it holds the water, and then Amy can just drain it. It's got a drain at the bottom, and Amy can just drain it and give them new water. It's a really great.
It's fantastic.
Little tortoise enclosure. Welcome to those of you who have just finally made a live stream. I love that there's always new people in the live that have been wanting to make it. And
hi, Bree. Yes, I have tortoises. That's my belly dancer. Look, I got my belly dancers in the chat, guys.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. That's great. Okay, so we'll probably talk about that later. What we do at the fair and you being a belly dancer and such like that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back. Hi there, little one. So let's start with let's start with Artful Jackalope's super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Artful Jackalope. Don't forget, don't touch your eyes. That's right. We have a plan in place for that. We're going to use gloves. We're going to use rubber gloves because there's no way that you can accidentally touch your eyes when you're wearing black rubber gloves. I think that's the best way to do it. We have planned this out. But yeah, careful around your eyes. What's that?
I said that doesn't make any sense. You could still touch your eyes.
Well, you would, but you're not gonna accidentally. You're gonna come out. You're gonna bring your hand up to your eyes, and your brain's gonna go, wait a second, why is my hand all black and rubbery? What's going on? And then you go, oh yeah, I've got hot wing sauce on my. I'm not gonna put. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Questions. So I'm gonna start with questions that are general reptile stuff, and then once we're doing the Hot Ones challenge, we'll move on to the fun ones that Patereon asked of both of us to ask or to answer during our Hot Ones situation. So Tara is asking, hey Bob, I'm currently in the middle of super dwarf retic research. That's great. What are your favorite retic morphs other than wild type? Also, you know what? Before I answer the last part of this, I need to reveal. Hang on a second, because she's specifically asking me about this.
Yes, she is.
For those of you who don't know, do you want to see what I got at the at the auction. If you saw my, so I have to apologize. My last video, I think the thumbnail says, "What did I get?" And then I don't answer what I got. You just see at the very end of the video that I got something, but you don't know what it is. So I will show you right now. Hang on a second. I got this little thing queued up. Watch this little 29-second clip. Here's the end of the auction. And this is a high percentage super dwarf boy that is supposed to be anery, and he could be, but it's really hard to know with super dwarfs. A lot of them look anery and they turn out to not be, so we'll see. Or maybe we won't see. I don't know if I'm going to keep him or not. Brian's got my snake.
Snake's got me.
Yeah. I mean, he is doing well.
He's a cute little dude.
He's so cute.
Pretty cute, right? Okay.
Come here.
Here's a bunch of people saying hi to you.
Hi, guys.
Um,
Look, these are all Brady's coworkers too.
That's great. I love it. I love it. I love that there's people in the live stream who've probably never seen a Green Room Pythons video. It's just that Amy's in the live stream now, so we're getting people in. Jeff and Susie from Anaheim show. Good to meet you guys. That was fun. Glad you're here. Okay. I got to meet a bunch of people when I was at the Anaheim show. That was fun. All right. So Tara's question, she says, "Hi, Bob. I'm currently in the middle of super dwarf retake research. What are your favorite retake morphs other than wild type? Also, did you pick up your male for future breeding projects?" And I didn't want to say that until I revealed, because Patereon knows what I got, but the non-Patereon people don't yet. So my favorite. So here's the thing. I love a wild type retic. The pattern is insane. It's the coolest pattern on Earth, except actually the coolest pattern on Earth is a rhino viper. That's the coolest pattern, but retic is second to that. So I really like the natural, and so any like a purple albino I love, a snow I love because it keeps the pattern but it changes the color. But I also really like a cow, which completely blows out the pattern. You end up with a all white snake as a baby, but then as it gets older, it develops more and more spots, and it ends up looking like a Holstein cow, and kind of different color spots, and that's really cool. And when I first got Echo, my plan was I'm going to get Echo and I'm going to work on a cow project. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do cows. But then I've changed my mind, because what I really like about retic is the natural pattern. So I think what I want to do is get a male that has multiple incomplete dominant morphs so that I can breed Echo and Stella when they're ready, or at least a couple years away from that. And just get a hodgepodge of different cool snakes, maybe tiger, maybe marble, there's a bunch of different ones that are cool. So anery, I would like anery, and this little boy might be anery, and probably is, good chance that he is. But he's not really a breeder. He's 81.5% super dwarf, which is cool. So he's high percentage. He's probably anery, but he's not a snake that I would breed. So there is that. Let's see. Are you keeping an eye on the chat?
Yes.
I'm just going to go through and then.
Sure.
How's Nagini doing?
She's really checking you out.
Hi, babes.
Guys, I am not Bob's wife. My husband Brady is downstairs.
Oh,
he's also making us hot wings.
Somebody's
challenge, because he's the best.
Yeah, it is confusing. I'm at Amy's house in Utah for people that are just jumping in. All right, so here we go. I've been playing skee ball. Amy bought Brady a skee ball machine. That's those things where you take a ball and you roll it up the ramp and then it goes into the holes. It's so fun. And Brady and I have been playing that for the last several days. It's been great. Okay, next question. This is from Neil. I have a baby ball for 3 weeks, and he's fed each week with no issues. The thing I haven't seen is what happens on the other end. Yeah, so this is a very common, he's basically asking, should I be concerned that his snake hasn't pooped? Very common for new keepers. because we're used to mammals who eat and they poop every day, multiple times. Snakes don't. Snakes hold it, and so it's not a problem. They go a long time, especially as your snake gets older. You might have, I have adult ball pythons that poop only when they shed, so like every 6 weeks, and they're still eating either once a week or once every 2 weeks. No problem. They just go when they're ready to go. So that is that. Peace Pythons says, "Hey Bob, I've been raising up my female ball python from a hatchling, and she turns 2 next month. I've had a plan to breed her since day one, have everything down to incubate." Let's see. This is a long one. Let me just. Just asking for advice on breeding. My biggest worry is starting out my business the right way and gaining good enough customer base with people who provide a good home. Is there anything you wished you did differently on the business side? I don't think there's anything that I wish I had done differently, but that was really important to me too, that my snakes go to people that I know. I'm not going to sell a snake to a high school kid that's going to throw it in some tank on the floor and not provide it heat and feed it the wrong size meals, whatever. So it was important to me, and I knew that I was starting a YouTube channel, so I was like, maybe my either people that buy a snake from me could be the viewers of my YouTube channel, or I can at least go, hey, I have videos on how to care for snakes on YouTube. And as it turns out, my snakes go to Patereon supporters, so I'm totally happy that those are all people who know what they're doing. So my suggestion is, just for getting a good customer base, is just to establish a social media. If you can do that, establish Instagram, TikTok, maybe something like that, so that you've got established social media, so that at least, if you're selling on Morph Market, at least people can look you up and go, oh, this is somebody who's been posting as their business, their breeder business on TikTok for X amount of time, and they have X amount of followers. It doesn't have to be a massive amount. You don't have to go viral or anything, but just so that you have a good amount of followers. So you want to start that before you start breeding. Start it way early. And that's something that any business, if you had a dry cleaning business, it'd be so weird to have a social media account for dry cleaning. I was just trying to think of the most boring thing, but you kind of have to have some sort of social media presence. So there's that. We went herping. We went herping, you guys. So I'm taking a break from the questions to mention this. The plan here was I was coming to Cedar City to perform at this festival, as I do each year. And then I was going to stay an extra couple days and go herping and have a herping Utah video, because there's tons of reptiles around here. And I wanted to find rattlesnakes, and I really wanted to find a Gila monster, but I knew that was going to be tough to find. And on my list of videos that are coming out, one of them is a herping Utah video. The problem is, if you go herping and you don't find anything, you don't have a video. And I knew that, but man, there's a ton of reptiles in southern Utah. But what happened with the sun? It is too hot.
Yeah,
right?
it's just way too
hot. Yeah.
It was too hot for Bob to find any, but I found like millions. Millions.
Amy found so many reptiles and didn't tell me about it. No, we went out 3 times. There was a plan to potentially go out again tonight, but I don't think we will. Just because it's been so hot here, well over 100 degrees. And even at night, like we went night cruising, we did find one snake. We found a little whip snake.
We found a little whip snake.
And we found some lizards.
A couple lizards.
We found a fox. We saw a fox. That was really cool. In one of our morning
which is
things.
Not common for our area. We got very lucky.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool to see the fox. So anyway, we just didn't find enough to put a video together. So I may have some of the footage though in another video, but that's what happened.
We lost Nagini. She's gone.
Is she gone?
Yeah, she's like, bye guys.
All right. So she's out roaming. We'll get other, maybe we'll get a tortoise here in a second. Let me answer a couple questions and then I'll grab one of those. Which one? We want that one, right?
No, I'd get this one.
We want this one.
Yeah.
Because that one's a pooper. That was a nervous pooper.
Yeah.
Okay, we want the non-nervous pooper. Okay, so we have that plan in a moment. Wayne the Distracted, Wayne sent me such a nice bottle of bourbon
Changing
that
hats really fast.
okay, that's cool.
I don't know how you wear hats. It bothers my head.
All right.
So, putting
No,
on a headband.
Where are the horns?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wayne sent me a great bottle of bourbon. I mean, I haven't tried it yet. I'm waiting to try it in a live stream, but this live stream is here and I didn't bring anything. We're drinking Amy's Lagavulin. And so next live stream, I'm going to drink Wayne's local bourbon from Maine, and I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, Wayne's question is, hey, Bob, question about isopods and springtails. If I have reptichip cocoa substrate about 2 to 3 inches deep, can I put the iso and springtails in without needing live plants? I have seen someone do this, but didn't know if you need to put some supplemental nutrition in for them. If you don't have dead plant matter. Yeah, that's a great question. I've seen people do this too, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because you still have to spot clean. First of all, to answer your question, yes, you would have to supplement. You would want to put dead leaves in there, something to, maybe some decaying wood or something like that they can eat, because I don't think they'll eat cocoa husk. But I might be wrong. If somebody knows, put it in the chat or put it in a comment. If you're watching this video after, put it in the comment. I don't think they'll eat cocoa husk. So you would need something extra in there. And the other thing is, I think that you still would end up needing to change out the substrate, like dumping out the entire thing of substrate and starting new. And you're going to lose all your bugs when you do that. So I don't think it works as well to have just it doesn't work as well as a bioactive where that bioactive soil can, unless there's a major problem with the enclosure, it's going to be fine for years, maybe a couple of years, something like that, without having to change it. But I don't think it would work like that with cocoa husk. But I don't know if anybody's done it, let me know. All right.
Thanks, guys. This is my fun headband. I'll tell you the story all about it later.
So why don't you say it now?
Artful Jacket. Well, it's part of it. It's kind of sort of like Hot Ones.
Oh, it's a Hot Ones thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
People asked
All
about
right.
it, so
Okay.
we'll get to it later.
Taylor says it was real feel 115 degrees. Oh my gosh.
That's
Taylor.
how hot it's been in St. George.
Taylor, you got to bring your horses inside your house when it's that hot. I hope
Yeah.
you're bringing the horses in. The one is tiny enough. Is it Whiskey, your tiny one? Is that Guinness? Is her horse named Guinness or Whiskey?
The Whiskey and Tex.
Whiskey and Tex. Okay. I was confused because last time I thought it was Guinness. Both would be great names.
It does match my hair.
My mom says your ears match your hair. Those
Very coordinated.
are yak horns. We'll talk about that later. Bree, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then we'll grab a tortoise. Where are we at? Okay, answer Wayne's. All right, so David says, hey, Bob and Amy, how long before the start of breeding season would you stop handling females other than necessary handling, and males if at all? Yeah, I don't. When I start pairing them, I'm not bringing them out a lot to just manhandle them. However, these bigger females do free roam, and so I'll let them free roam as they want to. So if I see them in front of their tub, they'll free roam. And usually what happens is in the beginning of breeding season, where they're, I don't ultrasound them, so I don't know exactly where their follicle development is, but early in the follicle development stages, they're acting normal. So they'll come out, I'll hold them a little bit, but they're coming out to roam around and stuff like that. I might bring them outside for a little bit, but then they get to where they don't want to come out as much. And as soon as they're doing that, then I know that I'm probably also not going to be pulling them out of their enclosure unless I need to for some reason. And then I've had several snakes do this when they're about ready to lay, about a week before they lay, they want to come out and roam around. And I'm not picking them up much and manhandling them either. I'm letting them roam. And then when it's time to put them away, I obviously pick them up and put them away, but that's the only time. So I let them, because I can see through their tubs and see where they're at, I kind of let them determine how much they want to come out during that time. And the males, I don't do anything different with the males. If I want to hang out with a male during breeding season, it's usually fine. The inspector is the only one that wants to fight me during breeding season. And so I'm a little bit more careful with him. Like I don't want to stress him out during that time, but my other breeder males don't act any differently during breeding season than they do out of breeding season. Okay, so Allison says, this is another breeding question. In preparation for pairing snakes, are you lowering their temps at all or just putting them together? Also, do you have separate breeding enclosures or do you put your males into your females' regular enclosure? No. Ball pythons are so easy to breed. You don't need to lower their temps. You don't need to cycle their feeding like you do with some other snakes. You literally put a male in with a female. Whatever time of year you want to start doing that. You know, once the female establishes what her cycle is when she lays, then she's probably going to lay the same time next year. So that's kind of your cycle. You want to start pairing the male about 6 months before that. Or I do anyway. I also don't teach people how to breed. So I'm telling you what I do. But there are people with way more breeding experience on YouTube and elsewhere that you can learn from. So that's what I do. I don't cycle them. I don't do anything different with the temps. Some people do. And definitely don't put both of them in a separate enclosure. You put the male in with the female for sure. That's what almost everybody does. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone putting snakes in a different enclosure, and putting a female in a male's enclosure doesn't make sense to me. It's always male in with female. So
You have super chat.
Super chat.
And a couple good questions.
Oh, okay. So you tell me where we're at. Tara, thanks for the super chat. Tara says, thank you, Bob. So far, I'm hoping for Platinum Anery Tiger Super Dwarf. I would love a Platinum Anery Tiger Super Dwarf. That's a great idea. When I'm ready, I would have sent this much sooner, but it took me this long to figure out the super chat. I'm glad you figured it out. Thanks for the super chat, Tara. That's really nice. Was there good questions on here?
Mm-hmm.
Will you find one while I grab your tortoise?
Sure.
Ugh.
Oof.
I'm grabbing Gemma, right?
Yeah, and the noodle's on the floor, so
Oh, yeah.
just
So
don't step on her.
Don't step on
She'll
it.
eventually end up just under this cabinet behind us, but
Okay.
she got to explore first.
Okay.
Oh, let me
Gemma,
grab this.
come here.
Okay, so Obsidian 1309 says, I'm getting a baby ball python on Thursday and I'm having trouble naming her. How do you guys come up with names for your snakes?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, Gemma. Gemma. Gemma's a boy.
Gemma is a boy.
You wouldn't guess that from his
Way
name,
off of the table
but he's a
or the
fella.
computer. How do you come up with names for your ball pythons?
I just think of them. No, some of them. Sometimes I got some ball pythons in small groups. Like I'll get 2 at a time, and I'll say, okay, I want to name these after a certain thing. Like for instance, Molly Malone and I got Lydia Dietz and Molly Malone at the same time, and it was around October. It was around Halloween. And Lydia Dietz has little ghost faces on the side of her. She's a clown, and she has these ghost faces. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to name her Lydia Dietz after, the character in Beetlejuice. And that's kind of a Halloween themed thing. So I want to name Molly Malone after a ghost as well. And Molly Malone is a character in a old classic Irish folk song who is a ghost that wanders the streets. So, I do themes. Sometimes I do personality stuff. Sometimes I just think something's funny. Ron was named because he's a spot nose and he's got a great, perfect mustache. And my 2 favorite mustachioed characters, Ron Burgundy and Ron Swanson, are Rons. So Ron got that name.
You have another super chat.
Lori, you're the best.
Hi, Lori.
Thank you for that amazing super chat. Lori always gives the best.
You can switch camera angles and people can see Gemma better.
Finally made it alive. Oh, you're right. We have another camera angle. Lori, thank you so much. I'm glad that you finally made this live.
Be so naughty. Hi, guys. This is my tortoise, Gemma. Say hi, Gemma. Gemma is a boy. The pet store who sold him to us told us she was a girl, and we very recently found out that Gemma's a boy. Can you just chill? Don't work on the computer. Jerry will hold better still. Gemma's a redfoot tortoise, and Gemma's the nervous pooper. So I'm not sure why I was like, yeah, get Gemma.
Oh, we want Jerry. That's what I thought. So Jerry, we went Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put Gemma back. All right, so
All right.
that's Gemma.
Bye, Gemma.
Because he wants to leave anyway. He is not.
Yeah.
He is not into it.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. There you go. Let's get Jerry.
Let's get Jerry.
Their shells have been recently conditioned, so that's cool.
They're very fancy.
They're
They're fancy
really
men.
pretty shells. Oh, Jerry. Oh, bud.
This is Jerry. Jerry's a yellowfoot tortoise, and he is my miracle baby. So can you hang out for a sec and don't bite me? Okay, don't bite me. So this is Jerry. He is 7 years old, a little more than 7 years old. Okay, everybody's stressed. But I don't know if you can see his shell, but right in these little yellow spots are little like indentations. So tortoises' shells should pretty much always be like this, not like this. So we got him, me and my husband picked him out because he was unique looking. And then we found out when we took him to the vet that he was actually really sick and he had shell deformities and he was probably going to die. And they were like, yeah, you should probably get your money back from that pet store. And then a few years later, you still have food on your face, baby. A few years later,
he's like that looks like chow.
Okay, calm down. You're all right. Calm down. A few years later, we took him back to the vet just for a checkup, and the vet was like, I cannot believe that this tortoise is still alive. So all of this right here is healthy shell growth, but he still has like soft spots down in here. So we just have to be really careful with him. Can you hang tight? Fun fact about tortoises, guys, they are wonderful climbers. You wouldn't think so, but
They're fast.
They're super fast, and they're really good climbers.
And determined.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to jump in on one of these questions. Once we get through these, we actually only have a few more questions, and then we'll do the hot ones here shortly, probably. We'll answer some that are coming in right now. But Amy, check the. Well, you're okay. Let me just do this. Okay. Here we go.
I got it.
Okay, Hayden says we have a bad ant problem in our home. That happens to me every year, every summer. I have a bad ant problem. And now the snake room too. I have to be careful how we treat it due to also having tarantulas and cats and dogs. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah. What works for me, and I don't have cats and dogs running around my house, but what works for me are the little Toro ant traps. And so it's just a little plastic thing that you pop the top off, and it has a fluid in there that they take that fluid. I can't remember what it is, but whatever it is, it's a poison, and they take it and they bring it to the nest and they kill the nest. Basically, it works really well. I usually have to put 2 or 3 out, and then the nest is dead, and that usually takes care of it. And I make sure that I don't have any snakes. Where if I have an ant trap on the floor somewhere, I'm not letting any snakes near that. So free roaming usually is paused until those traps come up, and I can clean the area really good. So that's how that happens. How do you guys do it? Put in the chat how you handle your ant problems without hurting your animals.
No.
Chaos Keeper said, Chaos Keeper has a few questions here. Curious about Bee's future. She's talking about, they're talking about B. Arthur Dent, who was born with a little deformity and has not eaten on her own yet. She's 8 months old. Do you intend to keep her, or are you considering possibly a different home for her in the future, or are you still one day at a time because she hasn't eaten on her own yet? I mean, I am one day at a time, but the whole time, Lori Weiser, who just super chatted a long time ago, we were talking about that she would take her, and that's still the plan if Lori wants to take her once she's ready, but who knows when she's ever going to be ready. So Lori will have first dibs if she wants to. And then if she doesn't want to take B at that time, then somebody else can. And it looks like Amy wants her. But here's the problem. B is doing well. She's fine. Like, she's healthy and whatever. She just has not eaten on her own, and her jaw deformity makes her mouth a little bit weird. So she strikes and she wraps, but she doesn't do both. And when she strikes with an open mouth and doesn't close her mouth. So it's like open mouth and then pulls away. So, Lori says, I'll take her. Okay, great. Sorry, Amy, you're out of luck. All right. You don't want to take her yet though, Lori. I want to get her eating. What I'm trying to do is I'm hoping that she'll figure out how to take a dropped meal, because I think that's how she's going to have to do it. But it's been a challenge. So that is, I actually gave Patereon an update on B last week, because I hadn't updated them in a long time. And some of the people were asking for an update and wondering, they were saying that they were afraid to ask because I hadn't given an update. So maybe something happened to her. So I want people to know that she's still doing okay. Or am I putting this boy back? Okay.
I don't know that they like to be on the table.
I don't think they do.
They like to be on the floor, but we already have one on the floor.
I don't
want them on the floor together.
I don't think they like to be on camera. That's the thing is,
yeah.
See the cameras, they're nervous. They don't have camera training. They don't have on-camera training, so it makes them nervous. All right, more from Chaos Keeper. So this is a question. It's a long question, but I'm going to summarize it. Basically, they are moving across town. They have 3 snakes in a 3-stack rack, it looks like, and asking for advice on moving them. So if it's just across town, the way I would do this is you can keep them in their rack. But what you've got to do is close it off somehow by using duct tape over the front or whatever, so you know that those tubs aren't going to open. And I would stuff towels in there too, so that the snake's not sliding around like crazy. And this is for a short drive. We're not talking about like hours. If you're moving, I'm looking at this camera, but it's this one that's actually on right now. Hold on.
Tradesies.
Now it works. Okay. So, if you're moving hours, there's a different way to do it. But if you're just moving across town, I would keep them in the rack, put some towels in there so they're not sliding around like crazy, and take everything else out, obviously. And they'll be just fine. Just make sure that those drawers can't open and that the rack is stable. Obviously, I mean, goes without saying, but should be fine. Okay, last one before our Hot Ones questions. Darth Yoda asks, hey, Bob, I was told by this really awesome dude that if I wanted to breed my snakes, that their day-night cycles should run with the actual day-night cycle. So how would one go about switching up the day-night cycle without disturbing or stressing the snakes? So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if what they're saying is that it needs to go with the day-night cycle of Africa, which that's not a thing. Even if it's a really awesome dude, that is not a thing at all. And most of the time our snakes do go with the regular day-night cycle. I mean, most people, I have my snakes on a 12-hour. The ones that have lights in their enclosures are on for like between 8 and 12 hours, but just during the day, and then at night everything's off. So if you have that, that's great. But if you switch them somehow so that, like, if you work nights or something, and you've got their lights coming on during the day, or at night instead of during the day, I don't think that matters really if they have a switch day-night cycle. But I don't think that's what you're saying here. Just have it on a regular. Let's see, you're saying just give them an extra long night or do a graduate. Yeah, no need to do that. Again, it goes back to the thing. You put a male in with a female with ball pythons. You don't have to do any crazy stuff. Day-night cycle is great for snakes, but they also breed in tubs that are not clear like mine, where it's dark almost all the time, and they're breeding. It's like it doesn't matter. And you also put the male in with the female for about 3 days. They can breed during the day, during the night, whenever they want. Like it doesn't matter. So that's not a thing. I think there are a lot of people who might have experience maybe breeding a species of snake one time a long time ago. And then so they give their advice for that particular species because maybe they think it applies to all species, but it doesn't. Everybody's different. So that's that for like the serious snake questions.
You have some questions in here. Let me find.
Let's see them.
For you.
Let me just answer Jack really quick. Bob, would you ever get a green tree python? Yeah, I would, but I'm not I don't want one now because they're a little bit touchier, and I'm out of town a lot, as I am right now. I'm out of town a lot, and I would be a little nervous with a green tree python. YouTube user says, "Hey Bob, love your channel. Thanks. I've learned so much. I'm really interested in Antaresia pythons. Me too. They're really cool. Any chance you'll add these to your python collection and teach us all about them?" Yeah, there's a chance. In fact, when I was at the reptile show, I was thinking if I found a pygmy python or a spotted python or something, I might pick that up. That was the only one that I was really kind of in the market for, because I would like to get an Antaresia.
Spotted pythons are cool.
They are. They're all cool. I mean, they're all fairly similar, children's spotted and pygmy pythons. Pygmy pythons are a little bit more rare. They're a little bit more expensive. I think they're the smallest of the three. I don't know a ton about Antaresia, but I know enough to know that I want one. So that's that. What else do we have?
This one is for me.
Oh, it is. Let's hear it.
Do my tortoises climb out of their tubs? Not these ones, because I've learned a lot. Yes, I have. I don't know what camera I'm looking at. It's that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Gemma has climbed out of her tank many times. She used to be in that's hard. He used to be a much smaller box, not this small, but he was in a much smaller box, and he used to have a hide with, I don't think we're ready for those. We have only showed off 3 animals. We still got 2 babies to update. I'm so sorry.
We're
You can just go ahead and put them right there.
Put them.
The wings
Your
are here,
eyes
guys.
Are going to burn. Just smell.
I love it.
Cool.
Thanks,
The
Brady.
hot wings are
You're
here,
the best.
guys.
Let's get these 2 snakes out while you're answering.
Okay, so the tortoises can climb out of their enclosures if you give them opportunities to do so. So can we switch to that camera angle really quick? I think we might be able to see Jerry's.
You can do that too. You see how you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Feel free to.
Okay, so this see, I can't point to it. That on the back of their tank is one of those bearded dragon hammocks.
It's 2 of those.
It's 2. It's a
It's 2
long
big ones.
rectangular ones, and then one of the triangular ones that I sewed together with some plants woven in there. And that's what I use for their hides, because if there's anything that touches the ground that they can hide in, they can also climb up.
And also, for those of you who didn't hear this before, this is 6 feet long. It looks really short in the camera, when I'm looking at it, but it's more than 6 feet long. So it's a really cool tub thing.
Look, guys, here's a python. This is Miss Marty Love, who I bought from this really cool breeder that I know personally.
It's me.
It was him.
Yeah.
I named her Marty Love after my favorite belly dancer, because my favorite belly dancer is Marty Love, and she is a pastel Mardi Gras, which is, she's actually Orange Dream now too, guys. We figured it out. She's for sure Orange Dream. She's pastel NG, yellow belly asphalt, Orange Dream.
Yep. It's a lot of
boom.
It's a lot of genes in this snake. Look how pretty this snake is. Hold on, I'm changing.
Change it back.
Look at how pretty this snake is.
Between the lids.
This is one that I almost kept. I was so close to keeping this one. And then let's get Colin Robinson out. Who gets the reference for the name Colin Robinson?
Sarah does. I know Sarah gets it.
Oh, I gotta scroll down here. Okay. Yes, that's 5 genes in this snake.
And this is Colin. Focus. It says no. He's an NG, yellow belly, or asphalt. He's so cute.
Okay, so and so with Marty here, the deal is that, you know, we figured that she was a pastel inchy pastel inchy freeway which is asphalt and yellow belly together make a freeway. So it's 4 genes. The reason that we're now saying Orange Dream now is that her mom is Orange Dream. Her mom proved out Orange Dream, which we didn't realize until she was bred. And Marty is more yellowish orange than her mom was at this age. So that's why I'm saying she's got to be Orange Dream also. So
I love these little baby snakes. They're so cute.
so sweet. Such cute little snakes. Here you go. You can hold both of them there.
Thanks, babies.
Let's see what else we have.
Lori, you missed.
Lori, you missed it.
beginning.
I showed a little video. I got a little baby super dwarf male that I honestly probably am not going to keep, but he's super cute, and I am going to socialize him and target train him, and then he'll be available, I think, to somebody who wants a high percentage male super dwarf that is socialized and target trained. That's the plan. Oh, good night, Clint. Clint's out, you guys. Thanks for jumping in.
Good night, Clint.
Okay. So let's tell you what. Let's put those snakes back, and we'll hit those chicken wings.
Okay. Nagini, wherever you are in this room, it's time for no
Oh, you know what's really
shenanigans.
important though? We need the bottles. Oh, shit.
Yeah. We totally need the bottles.
So say more things, answer questions, whatever. I'll be right back.
Say more things.
More things.
Okay.
I just saw a snake walk right here. She's around somewhere.
Okay.
I was watching her earlier.
She's fine. She'll be good. She can't get herself into that much trouble. Guys, have you guys seen the Hot Ones Challenge? Because we're about to do it. For those of you who don't know what it is, definitely look up the Hot Ones Challenge. It's on YouTube, and it's an interview show with Sean Evans as the host. And it's the best interview show that has ever existed. Sean Evans and his team are like brilliant geniuses. But while you answer questions, you eat progressively hotter and hotter chicken wings. So we're going to torture ourselves for you on camera while we answer your questions. So it would be great. Wow. Very impressive.
There's those. I mean, we don't have to have them up front right now, but
Corbin, leave.
those.
Look, guys,
big guy.
I have a dog.
Come on.
I actually have 2
Corbin,
dogs.
come on, buddy.
2 big black ones.
Here's 7 and 8. 7. That's 8.
Corbin, don't get into those.
My dog tried to snag the hot wings.
Okay.
9 and 10.
9 and 10. Great. Okay. We've got a sheet too. Okay.
We've got a sheet. All right.
Thanks, Brady.
Thank you, Brady.
Okay, this is my last bit of whiskey because I'm not drinking whiskey while I have hot sauce. No, I'm drinking. No, I'm not
It
pouring.
might help.
I'm almost positive it won't. Scotch is so delicious, you guys.
Brady, can you bring me that milk?
You don't need it yet. Come on.
When you see this, Brady, please
So-
bring me the milk.
Okay, so we each have a plate. He's laughing out there.
Okay, we each have a plate of hot wings. We got to change
They're
the camera
labeled.
angle again. This one? Oh, see, I almost hit remove.
Boom, right there. Okay. So
Thank you.
Got the
Yes.
milks. Perfect. Thanks, Brady. Okay. So that I just want to know where Nagini is real quick so that we have a.
I think she's under these guys.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least she's not around my chair. That's what I was.
Mhm.
Okay.
She also won't climb up your chair or anything like that. She'll stay on the floor.
So let's put these in order. So where's the classic? It's right here. So here's 1. Here's 2. No, The Banshee Ranch is 2. And then Cadejo, that's such a cool label. Not that one.
This one's the last one.
Los Calientes. What's that? Is that this?
Oh.
No.
That's a plate over here.
Oh, we have those up there too.
Los Calientes.
Okay. And then we have Brooklyn Deli. It's this one right there.
Ooh, and then that gross
Torchbearer. Oh, Mushroom Mayhem. Which is why I chose this season. You have, if you go to buy these hot sauces, you have several seasons that you can choose from because each season is a different lineup. And I chose this because I know that Amy hates mushrooms, and there's one called Mushroom Mayhem in this one.
Tacos?
Dreams
Taco vibes?
of Calypso. What do we got?
Yeah. Dreams of Calypso comes first.
What are we on? What are we on?
Okay, so we got this one.
Mushroom Mayhem, Dreams of Calypso, Da Bomb.
Taco vibes. Last dab. We did it, guys.
Okay, that's the lineup. Here's the interesting thing for those of you who are fans of the show. This is their version of Da Bomb because I don't think they have a deal with the company. This is one of the hot sauces that always is in the lineup because it's terrible and it's painful. So they leave it in the lineup. But this is an actual Da Bomb, I don't think. This is their own version of it. So okay. Let's start with
Here.
we got questions. Oh yeah,
We definitely cannot handle animals after this, and I still have one on the floor. So
we're chewing gloves. Well, this will be helpful. We will be able to handle animals because
of the gloves.
Because of the gloves, yeah. Okay.
Don't touch your beard while you have hot sauce in there. I gotta get my hair out of the way. Do you need a beard, Kent, for your beard?
I don't need Kent's beard scrunchie for my beard. I never need Kent's beard scrunchie. All right.
I need gloves too.
Brady needs gloves.
Brady's doing the Hot Ones challenge, but not with he's outside doing it. Is Katie here? Is she doing it too?
She hasn't arrived.
Oh, she hasn't. Okay.
Oh, she's not off work yet.
Is there an animal that needs to be?
Nagini's on the floor. I don't know where. She's probably under here though, and you'll never get to her, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Did you find her? No. Oh. I'm certain she's under her own enclosure, right behind me.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's around.
She'll be fine.
Okay, let's dig into the first one, and then we have a good question for this one.
This is our sauce, guys. It's called the Classic.
It's lovely. It's what everyone says. It's really good.
It is really good.
I'll eat this whole thing.
Mmm.
The question is, this is from Raven. He says, what is the craziest reptile/reptiles you and everyone would want to own someday? And why? What's your answer?
I've always wanted a black Argentine tegu.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Because
Because they're cool and fat.
they're cool and they're fat.
I get it. Mine is, I have a few. I would like to own like a which one are we looking at? That one. I would like to own a Barneck scrub python. They're kind of crazy. And they're great big and they're amazing. But I'm a fan of I'm a fan of, and I said this in my last video, a Bell's Phase lace monitor. I just want to work with the brain of a monitor lizard because they're so smart and so cool. But if we're going crazy, I'm going to say a Parenti monitor, which you can't own in the United States. They're only in Australia, and you can't export from Australia to the United States anymore. But Parenti monitors are massive, and they're so cool. And I'm so jealous of people in Australia that can keep them. They require a huge, more than a room size enclosure, I think. Okay, number 2. Number 1 was good. I liked it. It was great.
I liked it too.
This is our sauce, guys. Shaquanda's Banshee Ranch.
It's good. So the first one was 1,600 Scoville units. Hey, will somebody look up how many Scoville units Tabasco sauce is? Just so we have a baseline of what we're doing here. I would look it up, but now my hands are messed up. Somebody put it in the chat. How many Scoville Tabasco sauce is? This doesn't seem as hot as Tabasco sauce.
No.
And this is 6,200 versus 1,600. It doesn't seem that much hotter than the one that we just ate.
Mm-mm.
It's better, though. It tastes better.
It's really good.
The first one tasted good.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. All right.
Does this one have turmeric in it? This one tastes really turmeric-y.
Mm-hmm. It does. Okay. We need a question.
Yeah, we need a question.
Oh, Matthew Tracy, this is a good one. If you could keep one hot snake species, what would you choose and why? So this is close to the other one, but it's a hot snake, meaning of venomous, and it's a great question for what we're doing here.
You first.
Mine is a I've said it before. It's a Insularis, a blue Insularis. I couldn't think of the name. Blue Insularis, little viper, not as toxic as many other venomous species, but so beautiful. The green Insularis are beautiful also, but the blue ones are insane. Blue Insularis.
Google says Tabasco is 3,750 Scoville.
3750. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate that.
And Elizabeth. Y'all are great.
And
Thank
Elizabeth.
you for helping us out.
Yeah, appreciate that. So 3750. Tabasco seems hotter than what we just ate, which is supposed to be 6,200. So,
Yeah. I would
What's
choose
yours?
the same snake. The little blue viper.
The blue
They're
Insularis.
they're so cool.
So my other one would be a rhino viper. Because how crazy are those? There's so many. I really like rattlesnakes. I really wish we had found one over the last couple of days. It's a bummer.
I
Like
found a million
rattlesnakes.
of them. I
They're
don't
great.
know what your problem is. I
lot.
found so
You
many.
found so many and just didn't
so
tell
many
me.
rattlesnakes.
Okay, number 3 is this one, the Cadejo, newcomer to the Hot Ones family. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is habanero peppers, garlic, black pepper. I like it. 15,000 Scoville. I like that one.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, though, guys, number 3 is like a little bit of a heat jump from number 1 and 2.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's hotter for sure.
Guys, I've done this before.
Mm.
I've totally done the Hot Ones challenge before.
She's done it twice before. This is her third time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my mom's such a pro. She says it depends on which variety of Tabasco.
Oh my
We're
gosh,
talking standard
your
Tabasco.
mom is best.
Mhm.
Mama Bledsoe, I'm your biggest fan. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's me.
Mhm.
It's me.
Mom has some fans on the channel for sure. Yeah, Gaboon. Yeah, I was saying Rhino Viper, but Rhino Viper or Gaboon Viper. So cool. They're just big, beautiful slugs.
I'm gonna highlight one. This is gonna be my mouse pinky, guys. This one right here. Mama Leone, you may wish that you had some now, but I promise by the time we get to here, you're gonna be glad you don't have any.
I think from my perspective, the top side of the plate where it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be fine. I think the bottom side of the plate, 6 through 10, is going to be painful. Is my guess. My mom says, "Oh, thanks, Amy." Okay, so here, all right. Let's hit number 4. What is it? Let that one up. That's
Los Calientes.
Calientes Verde. Okay, smoky, sweet, smoky and sweet. All right, I like smoky. And what are we at? 36,000. So we went from 15,000 to 36,000. So now we're getting serious.
Oh, so good though.
It is smoky and sweet.
My sister's here. Hi,
Hi,
Katie.
Katie.
Hi.
And come say hi.
What one are they on? This one?
Yeah, we're on this one.
Mhm.
Guys, that's my cute sister, Katie.
Katie made me the coolest snake necklace
Where is-
thing. 2 of them she made. Oh yeah, there's a snake on the floor somewhere.
Yeah, I was watching.
Were you?
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the hot wings?
Yeah, I have my plate out there. I'm gonna go downstairs with B and
Thanks for coming in and saying hi.
catch up.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're on number 4, so stuff them in your face.
Start pounding them.
Great. This is the first thing I've eaten all day long. This is gonna be
Awesome.
really interesting.
Yeah.
It's great.
Ruth Young, thank you for the super chat. You didn't say anything though, so
Oh, thanks, Ruth.
yeah,
And then if you click it, when you click it again, there you go.
I had to click it 3 times to get it to show.
Okay.
This one's really good.
Everybody's saying hi to Katie. My mom says hi, cute sister Katie.
Oh my gosh,
Katie's so sweet. So Katie, oh, you're not wearing those earrings.
I'm not.
She was wearing these snake earrings that Katie made. And it's got a little snake that's made out of clay. That's really cool. She does an awesome job. And I was like, dude, I want like a necklace made out of that. The next day we went over to her house for dinner. She had made me 2 of them. So sweet. All right. I have no problems so far. We're on to 4. I got no problems.
My lips are starting to get burny, but
Yes,
they've
for
been
sure.
chapped because I've been dancing outside for days.
Right. Right. Okay, hang on. Do some water.
Same.
Not even because of the heat, but just because I'm thirsty. All right.
Okay.
Did we ask a question on that one?
Oh.
We were talking about the hot speed. Okay. What? This one's from Paul asking, "What's your favorite movie and your favorite song?"
Favorite movie, favorite song. My favorite song is Africa by Toto. That's my favorite song. Second favorite song is Take On Me by Aha. Third favorite song, Never Ending Story by Limon. Favorite movie, Jurassic Park, all the way since I was 3 years old.
It's great.
Look at all my dinosaurs, guys.
So I was trying to think of the question wasn't asked of me, but I was trying to think of mine. The movie is tough because I have so many favorite movies, but I always say Princess Bride is my favorite movie because during my formative movie watching years when I was young, that was the thing. And my sister and I know that script by heart. We trade lines back and forth. It's great. So Princess Bride. And then I was telling Amy before the live stream, I was like, I can never answer a favorite song because I just don't know. I have so many favorite songs. Erica just texted Ruth's question. Hang on. Let me see if I can do this with my gloves. But then when Amy said what her favorite song is, Africa by Toto, I was like, yes, that's got to be my favorite song too. Because if I hear that playing in a store, I'm going to stay in the store until the song's over.
Yes.
There's no other song that I'll stay. It's a timeless song. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right.
That song just puts me in a good mood all the time. If I'm in a really crappy mood, I just listen to that song on repeat, and pretty soon I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
my jam.
So here's Ruth Young's question. Thanks for sending that, Erica. Just bought my second ball python. Congratulations. Blue-eyed Lucy. Please beware when buying things off Morph Market. I thought it was totally safe and I got hacked. Yeah. That's a good I think things turned out okay. I saw that little bit of the thread that you put on Discord about that, Ruth. I think things turned out okay for you on that one, but a lot of times people get scammed. So you've got to really research breeders. Morph Market is a place where if you are a seller of animals, you can sell on Morph Market until they take your account down for some reason. So if you're a scammer and you can get on there and make an account, and the first scam or two that you do on people, you can do until they take you down. So research these breeders outside of Morph Market. Look at their rating on Morph Market. Look and see if anybody has commented about them, but then also go and see if they have social media, stuff like that.
Okay, really fast. Yes. Erica, yes. Jurassic Park and Jaws. Third favorite movie, Twister.
It's good.
There you go. Those are my top 3 favorite songs and my top 3 favorite movies.
That's great. Okay, let's go to number
We're at
5.
5.
Brooklyn Deli, Ghost Pepper Hot Sauce. Brooklyn Deli. Which one is it? 1,
It's-
2, 3, 4. It's this one right
Mhm.
here. Brooklyn Deli. Okay. This is it's Ghost Pepper. That's all that needs to be said, probably.
Ghost Pepper. This is halfway.
Okay, here we go. We're halfway through.
You have a super chat.
Oh, Mama Leon, thanks for the super chat. You didn't ask a question though. Let me know if you have a question with it. I won't see it, but Erica will text me. Oh, that one's warmer.
Yep. I'm spicy.
Mm.
Actually, this one is like really tasty when it gets in your mouth and then it burns
Yeah.
after.
It tastes like Indian food. I like it. I'm a big fan of
Really
Indian
good.
food. So my favorite food in the world.
There it is.
Oh,
If you could
I got that one. So nope. Go up. There we go. Mama Leon says, if you could only have one of your snakes, which one would you keep and why? It would be, I've always said this, that if I could only have one species of the kind that I currently keep, it would be a super dwarf because of how interactive they are, and their shenanigans and everything. But that doesn't mean that I love ball pythons. There's certain things about ball pythons that I love that I don't get with super dwarfs. But if I could only keep one species, it would be a super dwarf. And it might be Stella. It's hard to say which one because I love Echo too. But if I could only keep one, it might be Stella because Stella has never bit me before. Echo does, and it's not a big deal when she bites me. It doesn't hurt. It's no big deal. But she's going to be a lot bigger eventually. And if she continues on that pattern, I don't want a large, even a super dwarf that's, if she's 8 feet long, that's still a big animal. I don't want her biting me, I'll just be more careful, but that's probably the answer. Okay. Did Ruth send another super chat?
Yes.
Ruth, thanks for the other super
And
chat.
there's a question up above, but I missed it. Erica, I can't scroll back to find it.
I can. Okay, hang on. So Ruth, when you super chat, you can put a question in your super chat so it all comes at the same. There we go. My snake is overweight. What's the best way to bring her down? Just feed less often. You can feed a smaller prey item. I think yours might be an adult female. You can go to small rats instead of mediums and feed make sure it's every 2 to 3 weeks. Don't be feeding every week. Takes a long time to get a snake to go down in weight, but it's doable. I'd go with a small rat every 3 weeks for a while. Okay.
I'd
Great.
rather die than choose one of my snakes.
Yeah, that's hard to do. It's hard to do.
I'd rather die.
I think Erica's sending
Erica.
me what we just answered, maybe. Yeah, we got
Y'all
that.
are so helpful. Thank
Thanks
you.
for being on it, Erica. I'm starting to sweat. That one was considerably hotter, but not a problem. But now we're on to the bottom half, which I'm a little nervous
Yeah,
about.
don't
Oh,
make
what?
sure you start on this side.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What was our Scoville on that one? That was 39,000. Okay, so that was just a small jump. We went from 36,000 on the Los Calientes to 39,000, but that seemed hotter.
It did.
It's almost like the Scoville doesn't matter because sometimes it tracks and sometimes it doesn't.
My nose is running.
Yeah. All right, let's
Get this
Callie's
over with.
asking, I think Amy's a belly dancer. Right about that. How did she get started in it, and does she enjoy it? Before you answer that, let's go to number 6.
No, we didn't answer a question for number 5.
Okay, all right,
I swear
say
we
it.
didn't. Okay, I don't think we answered a question for number 4 either.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, yes, I am a belly dancer. I do Fat Chan's belly dance style. So I have been a dancer pretty much my whole life, gymnastics and dance and everything. And I danced all through college, and then after college, I moved away to start my job, my career, and everything. And I was super busy. And then a few years later, Brady and I moved back to our hometown here in Cedar City, Utah. And I wanted to start dancing again, but the dance world is brutal. Everybody's kind of mean in the dance world. But I didn't want to do something like competitive, but I wanted to do something more performance. And if I'm an adult and I go to a studio, I don't get to perform unless I'm competing. And most studios don't do like performance. And then Brady's sister-in-law, Dawn Ray, was like, you should come and dance with me in the belly dance troupe. Because not only is it just, we don't do competitions, we just perform. It's also like a really supportive place to be. It's not like a toxic thing where you're constantly trying to, battle it out for the best place in the formation or, competing against your other people. So I gave that a try. That's how I started. I super duper love belly dancing. And I do it with my sister-in-law, my sister, and like 20 other absolutely incredible, amazing ladies.
The whole troupe is great. I see a lot of belly dancers each year because they have them at a lot of the festivals that I do. And her troupe is the best that I've seen. They're very good. My mom has some good advice. Don't drink water with hot sauce. That's right. I'm drinking water because I'm thirsty, not because I need it to. We have milk here, Mom, for if we need it.
And
but yeah.
Scotch.
And Scotch.
I'm
I don't think it's going to work.
The Scotch is going to help.
I want you to try it then. I absolutely want you to try it after number 10.
I haven't needed it yet.
Okay, so let's. Mom's saying, Bob, stop drinking water and drink milk instead. Yeah, it's just because I'm thirsty, Mom. It's not because I need it for the heat. It's not that hot. We're not that hot yet. But yes, I have milk. And in fact, because I probably will get into this milk eventually. Let's open it right now.
Yeah.
Because I should have done that before the gloves went on.
Guys, this is Bree. She's one of the other belly dancers. And you guys, the belly dancers are the best. Always be friends with belly dancers.
A number of them are watching the live stream right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is now ready to go, just in case it's needed. Okay, so
I answered the question.
Is this a question that you did you just click on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to unclick questions.
I just picked up a bunch of powder blue isopods. Are they good to use with bioactive setup with a ball python? Sure. I've been using dwarf whites. I was told larger might nip the snake. Yeah, I was told that too when I first started, and I even mentioned that in my very first video on breeding room pythons. I went with dwarf whites because I heard that also. I don't know if it's true. I think you can probably put whatever species you want in there. I don't think that they're going to chew on the snake, especially if they have their own food. But what will happen is you want to have one species in there because different species will compete and one will eventually die out. So just pick whatever species you want and use that. Should be fine. Mama Leone just realized that at Jean Bledsoe is Bob's mom. That's right. That's my mom. She's in there.
Bledsoe, she's the best.
Okay. So we're going to go on to number 6. Wendy Williams has a number of questions. I'm going to just jump around on this one.
Okay.
So Wendy's going to ask, I tell you what, you try number 6 first. Let's just get into number 6. Which one is it?
It's the mushroom one.
No, it's not. Is that Mushroom Mayhem? Oh, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Gross, guys. I hate mushrooms. It's like the one food on the planet that I just do not like, and I will eat anything.
And I like the opposite.
Brussels sprouts, and I will eat Brussels sprouts plain. You don't even have to cook them; just pop them in there. They're delicious.
So here's what we're going to. We're going from 39,000, which was pretty hot, to 68,000 with the Mushroom Mayhem. I love mushrooms. I'm a big fan. All right, here we go.
Oh, gross.
It doesn't taste like mushrooms to me. I don't think you're going to have a problem with it. I'm okay with it. It's hot. It doesn't taste like mushrooms to me. And I've heard them on the show. Some of them say, "Oh yeah, that tastes like mushrooms." I don't know. It doesn't.
It doesn't taste like mushrooms to you because it tastes like mushrooms to me.
Really?
Blech. Gross, guys.
It's great.
It's actually the burning aftertaste tastes great.
I'm all in on this one.
We got a crashy tortoise over there.
The tortoise is
splashing
crashing
in the
around.
water.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that one, guys.
It's warm.
It's pretty hot, though.
Mm-hmm. It's a hot one.
Artful Jackalope, I'm aware that he did that to me on purpose. I know he did. He said that's the reason why he chose this season is because of the mushroom one.
It's just because of that one. You did really well with it, though. Good
Thank
work.
you.
Oh,
I'm
you're-
going to try the Scotch, though.
You're cleaning them all. Oh my gosh, do
I
it.
told you I was going to.
Drink that Scotch. This is not going to be good, you guys.
It's going to be great. It's going to taste better than the mushrooms.
Did it just heat your mouth up even more?
No.
Are you lying?
I'm really not.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going for the smart thing.
It's very hot.
It's better. Okay. It's pretty hot. And we have 4 more to go. My question from Wendy was, after all your traveling, do you think you would enjoy a job that didn't require any traveling? Yes, for sure. I stopped touring comedy clubs because I didn't want to travel. And festivals, the festivals that I perform at are less travel, but I still travel a lot. And yes, I would enjoy that. Although there's some aspects of it that I like, but I also like being home. And then this is several questions. How did your son end up picking Cincinnati for school? Because Cincinnati is one of the top criminal justice colleges, and he's getting his PhD in criminal justice. I think it's the number 2 school. He looked at the number 1, and there was a reason. I can't remember why he didn't choose that one. But Cincinnati is a great criminal justice school. And then for both of you, what is the hottest thing you would ever eaten before today? Best thing and worst thing. Do you know what your answer is? Oh, because you've had that before.
I've done that before.
Okay. That's an easy
I've
answer.
done this before. Before that, though, I don't dislike spicy food. But I did study abroad in Thailand. And I had some very, very spicy shrimp there because I don't know my numbers in Thai.
Oh, and you said the wrong number?
I said the wrong number and made it way spicier than it was supposed to be.
That's really funny.
And I ate it anyways because I'm that person. If I order food and I don't like it, I eat it anyways.
My story is close to that. Indian food is my favorite type of food ever. So I like to try Indian restaurants. Most Indian restaurants cater to anybody that comes in, but occasionally you find an Indian restaurant in a town that caters to the Indian community. And that's going to be real hot. And so the hottest thing that I've ever eaten is an Indian dish when I order a medium. And when I ordered a medium, and I still don't think they made me a medium. I think it was a mistake, but it was Katie, what number are you on? This is
That's
Amy's,
my sister that you
Amy's
saw a
sister
second
Katie,
ago.
who's downstairs doing this homeless challenge. Katie, what number are you on? That's so funny. So anyway, I think the hottest thing I've ever eaten is an Indian dish that I was like, there's no way I'm gonna eat this. Okay, let's move on to number 7. This is Angry Goat, Dreams of Calypso.
like
Pineapple,
this one.
mango, bell peppers. You've had this one before? Is this one of their?
No, I've never had this one before.
Oh,
I
okay.
said I like this. I like this bottle though because it has a mermaid on it.
Is it a mermaid? Oh, it is. Oh, I thought that was a dress. Yeah, it's a mermaid.
It's a mermaid.
Speaking of mermaids, is Keegan?
Keegan,
watching?
are you here?
She's not. She would have spoken up if she was here.
Yeah, but we
she's
missed a lot of things.
she's with her son, I think, right now.
Oh, look, that's my cousin, Jake. Guys, all my people tuned in for this today.
Oh, cool. Hey, Jake. Boshi asked, no da bomb. Yes, Boshi, there is da bomb here, but they make their own version of it, and I think it's because they don't have a deal with the company that makes actual da bomb.
Yeah, and it's in.
But we do have it. It's supposed to be the same.
It's in this bottle.
Yeah.
Because the actual bottle is too round, it wouldn't fit in the box. Also.
Oh, is that makes sense? Okay, so here we go. This is number 7, Dreams of Calypso. Oh, I like it. I haven't felt the heat yet, but
it's really good. It's a good sauce. It's very spicy. Holy shit.
101,000. We went from 68 to 101.
Ooh, that one's spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh my gosh, we're cleaning these. I feel the only reason I'm cleaning them is because you are, and I'm not gonna not do something you're doing.
Go big or go home.
I'm a total follower, so. All right. Yeah, man, that's hot. All right.
My favorite episode of Hot Ones is Aubrey Plaza. Because her nose gets spicy, so she puts her nose in her glass of milk. And I kind of want to do that.
It's really funny.
Oh my God, it's so hot. Mm-hmm.
Let's skip to okay, let's go. Let's do this. We're going to switch because the Harpers have a number of questions for me, and there's a bunch of questions for you. First of all, Artful Crow asks, for Bob, how in the world did you get into juggling flaming battle axes? That doesn't seem like a hobby you would pick up on a whim. You're right. It's not. I also juggled flaming chainsaw blades and other things, cleavers and stuff. Yeah, it was just because I had short version of the story is I had stopped touring comedy clubs because I didn't want to travel as much. Still wanted to perform, still wanted to do gigs. And after about a year or two of not touring, I found Renaissance fairs. And I thought, if I can do a stand-up act at a Renaissance fair, I can just do these festivals and then come back and be in LA during the week. So after my first year of doing that, it went okay, but I realized that the show needed something visual because these are during the day. You've got children, you got drunk people. Yeah, my lips hurt.
My lips hurt so bad.
So I knew how to juggle. I'm not good at it, but I knew how to do it. And I thought, okay, well, I'm never going to be a juggler like people who really work at it, who that's their craft, which is so weird. And I've known how to do it since I was a kid, but I always thought it was dumb and cheesy. But I thought, okay, if I just juggle really dangerous things, then I don't have to do tricks. I don't have to do more than 3 things. I don't have to go behind my back. People love stuff that's on fire. So I had some dangerous props built and took them down to Dockweiler Beach, which is the only beach in LA County that allows fire, like fire pits. And I thought, well, the cops probably won't bother me if I go and practice on Dockweiler Beach. So I did that for a few weekends and got used to juggling them. And then now it's in my act. But I never would have done it if it weren't for this show that I do that I felt like needed more visuals. And then for Amy, this is a great question, Amy. How are you just so awesome? Does it take a lot of work, or just naturally? Are you just naturally like that?
I mean, as much as I'd like to be like, yeah, I'm just like, I just was born this way. I'm just super awesome.
That's what it is.
I'm pretty sure that I have to try hard to be awesome. It's a conscious decision every day.
That was a great question, Hannah. Well done. All right, let's get to number 8. Ooh, these are going to be. Oh, is this the bomb? It's the bomb. So I have a story of the bomb before my brother-in-law is Algerian, and he had just moved to the United States with my sister. They were They had met when she was living in Cameroon.
Erica? No, it's not cheating. It's absolutely necessary. Erica said that she thinks we're cheating with the milk.
Oh,
Certain Brady's not drinking milk downstairs. Brady's not cheating.
So anyway, they moved to the United States, and I came to visit them. It was probably my second time visiting or something, and I think it was Yusef's birthday, and he likes hot sauce. He loves hot stuff. So I went to this shop. This was long before. This was 15 years ago. I went to this hot sauce shop in LA, and I was like, "What's your hottest hot sauce?" And they were like, "It's this. It's Da Bomb," because that stuff's been around for a really long time. So I was like, "Great, I'll get it." And I didn't realize that it was like it's just terrible, and it's super hot. It's not good at all. So I brought it to him, and at the time, he and my sister spoke French together because he didn't know English very well. But I was very slow and clear about like, this is supposed to be really hot. Just take a little tiny bit. It's supposed to be ridiculously hot. And he's like, it's okay. And he dumped a bunch on a piece of bread and ate it and burned his face off. And he was mad at me because he thought that I did it on purpose to trick him or whatever, which of course I didn't. But I tried it on a little toothpick on a cracker and it burned my face off. So let's try it now and see if it burns our face off. Here we go. No problem.
You've never tried it before?
Yes, I just said. Were you not listening to the story? I tried it on a cracker. Here, cheers. Cheers. Oh, come on. I'm just going to make it red.
It's not good.
No, that hurts.
Don't get it on your lips.
It's already on my lips. Why did you say that before?
Because I was busy trying not to get it on my lips.
Oh my God.
It's not good, guys.
It's not good.
It's really hot.
Oh my God.
It's really hot.
It is.
It doesn't taste good.
No, they don't. They make it so that you would buy it and give it to somebody as a dare.
Everybody's cheering for Brady.
And the milk does nothing on that one. The other ones, the milk helps. It cuts it a little bit. That did absolutely nothing. Oh man. Okay. You guys, tomorrow morning I'm driving home. I'm going to get in a car. I'm going to get in a car tomorrow morning and be in a car for 7.5 hours. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure I won't be stopping every 15 minutes. I wish this milk worked.
You just can't swallow it. You just got to hold it in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. We can't talk for the rest of the challenge.
Oh, my gosh.
My whole body is sweating right now. My eyes are sweating.
I like this question for you. Amy, what are your plans 5 or 10 years down the line? Breeding, handful of clutches, starting a business, breeding, and then they finish with a woodchuck question.
Brady, earmuffs, la la las.
I'm sure he's doing it. Katie, put earmuffs on Brady.
Oh my God. That really sucks, guys. What's the question?
My mom says try sugar. I don't think we have any.
We don't have any sugar. Okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Breeding. Yeah. I think I'd like to try it. Marty is pretty
Especially
cool.
with Marty. Oh my gosh.
Brady says Katie can't touch him. Hot hands.
All right. My question. I've got one from the Harpers.
Wait, there was something about a woodchuck. What was the question?
Well, what would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? What? I don't know where it's at. Oh.
What would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck
couldn't
chuck
chuck
wood?
wood? It's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say plastic.
I'm going to say, you know those cheap styrofoam flip-flops that you get from Old Navy? That's my answer.
The Harpers ask, as your snake family grows, do you find that you're having to reduce contact time with each individual snake? or is the success of your YouTube channel allowing you to spend more time with your animals? How do you see this changing in the future? That's a great question, Keith and Mary. Here's what I'm doing. As my snake family has grown, I get up earlier in the morning. They're awake and ready to interact in the morning. And so I just wake up very early. But also, the nice thing is the success of the YouTube channel has made it so that I can cut back on some of the other things that I do. So I can spend a little bit more time at home. But I also don't anticipate having a massive, I don't ever want to have a massive family of snakes. I know, it hurts. I'm trying to ignore it. The more you do that, the more it reminds me that I'm hurting.
I'm not talking. You're just sitting here.
I know, but it's just, you're reacting the way I feel. So I don't want to see you reacting. I'm trying to forget about.
Sorry.
Anyway.
It hurts so bad.
There's going to be a point where I'm going to say, okay, this is about the number of snakes that I want. I may in the future rehome some ball pythons that I have to get other species, possibly something like that. And it's way down the line, but that might be a thing where I end up with more of a balance where I have a small handful of ball pythons, a small handful of retics, a small handful of other different things. I don't know. We'll see.
Brady and Katie are both crying because it hurts so bad.
Good. Which one are they on? Are you guys
they
on?
Just did the bomb. They're with us.
Oh, they're with us. They're with us.
Yeah.
Great. I don't mean good that you're crying, but good that somebody else is hurting also.
I'm crying.
So yes.
Guys.
All right.
I got tears.
Let's hit number 9.
Let's do it.
Let's just
get it over with.
and then
It's
we'll get a
not. It's
question.
probably
Wait,
not going to be as bad.
let's see what it is.
Oh,
Yeah, the bomb is supposed to be the worst one. It's not like it gets worse. It's that the bomb is the worst, and then these shouldn't be as bad. But they are hotter though. What's our Scoville? Did I cover up my thing? So the bomb was 135,600. Oh, this is way hotter. Now we're up to 638,000. So we went from the bomb at 135.6.
Yeah.
Now we're at 638, and then number 10 is
It's
to
to
be
be-
announced. It's never been.
Yeah.
They don't know, but it's hotter. They say.
They
So whatever it is.
estimate 1 million Scoville.
All right. So what's this butterfly bake? Oh, this is taco vibes only. All right.
Taco vibes.
Let's just do it. No problem.
Cheers.
We're not having a problem. It's fine.
No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the super chat, Erica. Smash the like button, friends.
That's Elizabeth. Thanks, Elizabeth, for the super chat.
Oh, I thought it was Erica.
I know, because you can't read because of the heat.
Because I'm crying.
It's Elizabeth.
It's Elizabeth.
Fortino, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Color's not as bad. I'm totally good.
It's not as bad as the bomb. It's very hot, though.
Uh-huh. Here's the thing. It tastes a lot better.
Jason said it right. This is absolutely right. The bomb tastes like chemicals and burn.
Yes.
This one, the heat comes in at the end, on the back end. Yeah, that one tastes really nice. It's great, but on the back end, it's hot. That's a hot one. Gary's, thanks for the super chat. And yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that do this show with pickle juice. They say that really cuts it. I'd like to try this again sometime with pickle juice. Okay, I'm not mad at this one. I'm mad at this one.
Yeah.
But this is almost like a break.
No,
Even
no,
though
that's
it's
good.
still very hot, it at least was good. All right, what questions do we have? Lori's asking, how did we meet? How did you both get into reptiles? And what was your first one? Do you remember their names? Good questions. We met at this festival 6 years ago.
Yes, we did. We've been friends for 6 years.
You want to talk about your yak horns?
Oh, yeah. So we met at this festival because part of Bob's show is, the name of Bob's show is Manus O'Toole and his Imperial Tibetan Yak Show.
Camera one.
Hi, camera one. But Clark is Manus's yak. And Clark likes to wander off.
He goes missing before
He
every
goes
show.
missing before every show.
I'm just gonna eat I'm eating from wings that I
Okay.
have had before. I'm just cleaning.
Okay. My hair's falling out. It's getting in my food. So Clark always goes missing, and the year that Bob first came to the festival was my nephew Gabe was very young, and Gabe hangs out at the festival with us every year because his mom is the leader of our belly dance troupe.
Is that Gabe who's doing the music?
Yeah. And he comes up to me like 7 times in a single day and goes, "Have you seen the yak?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So he dragged me to Bob's last show of the day. And I was like, "Gotcha. I understand what we're looking for with the yak now." And then Bob and I became friends. And sometimes I get to get up on stage and pretend to be the yak who is missing.
Yeah.
And it's very silly and it's very fun. And I love doing it. And this year, one of my belly dancers got me some yak horns. I show up to the fair on the first day and she's like, "I got you a present," and hands me the yak horns so that I could go be the yak on stage.
Who got you those?
Bree.
Bree did. Nice
Bree,
gift,
Bree.
Bree.
I'm not sure if she's still in the chat, but
She was in before.
she was.
And you also have a ring that you've made out of a brooch that opens.
Yes.
And when she opens it, one side is Manus O'Toole and the other side is a yak that you found, which is which would
it's
be Clark. Yeah.
It's Clark.
Yeah. It's very silly. Okay, let's get to this last one. We're at the end of this, you guys. The final last dab.
You gotta shake it.
Oh yeah. So this is a thing this is the thing on the show. The last dab. It's the last one. You pour a little bit more. These are soaked in the hot sauces, but for the last dab, you put a little extra. I want to make sure that I'm on the meat.
Guys, my septum piercing is spicy. I touched it with the hot sauce.
Oh no. Oh, that's bad news. That's bad news, Amy. I want to see how much of a dab you did. Okay, all right. You did a little more than me. All right, cheers.
Equal dab.
Here we go.
Don't get it on your lips.
Thank you. I'll try not to. My lips already I don't think they could hurt any more than they currently do.
They can.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to get it on my lips.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, it's so spicy. It's so good though.
It's really good. The spice is starting to hit. I'm trying to finish this before I can't. Oh my God.
Guys, this sauce is so tasty. It's so spicy.
It's very good.
It's way spicier than the bomb, but so much tastier.
Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
It is very good. It's made by the company, the First We Feast, the company that does hot ones.
oh, you touched the bottle.
Makes this and this one and maybe one of the others. Wow, that one's hot. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. Look, we did something. Most people that do the Halloween ones challenge, they take one bite of each one and put the wing down. We went all in on all these. Oh my God, that last one. Let's give us a minute, you guys. How long have we been streaming for? Oh, we're only an hour and 38 in. Oh my God.
I'm dying.
That one's really painful. Like that one doesn't feel good.
Yes, it's spicy, guys.
Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find one that we haven't read yet. Dennis Colburn has a great question.
Okay.
And we should have answered it at the beginning of this. Sharon and I will be married 47 years on Monday. Oh my God. My question is, should I take her to dinner or watch you guys on YouTube? Obviously, take her to dinner and insist that the bar that you take her to turns all their televisions on to us on YouTube. So you can't take her to a nice establishment. Oh my God. It hurts to talk.
It really hurts.
Mm.
At this point in time, I've done this before, guys. At this point in time, all you can do is wait for it to go away.
You do kind of feel high. Like it's.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're crying. You have tears. How long is the wait? Oh my God. It's so much more. If this one is 638 Scoville, this is a massive jump.
Yes.
A massive jump. Oh my God. Oh. Wow.
So bad.
It really is. Do we have any other questions? Breathing out hurts because you breathe warm air out and it makes it worse.
Wendy had a question for me. We answered her question for you, but not for me. Oh, my spicy septum piercing.
Right, that's right. We didn't go on. Amy, when did you get into exotic pets? What would be your personal dream home zoo? What would your home zoo include? Please tell us some funny stories about your pets. Anytime at festivals. Tell us funny stories. Be charming. Go. Be really charming. Tell good stories.
Okay.
This is the perfect time to ask that question.
Okay. That was so many questions. Okay. I got into exotic pets. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I've already finished the milk. I'm on to water, and then all I have left is Scotch. Okay. When I was a very young child, I was about 3 or 4 years old, and my aunt was living in my grandma's house, my grandfather's house, and she had a secret pet snake. And I was over at her house one day, and she was letting her snake crawl. It was like a corn snake. She was letting her snake crawl around on my toes. Bob just abandoned me, guys.
Wait, Katie came in.
Katie!
I can't finish the rest of that. I will literally die.
Oh my God, you're the best.
How are you doing? I'm dying.
We're both crying. This is my sister, guys. So my aunt let her snake crawl around my toes. I fell in love with snakes, but my mom would never let me have one. So, oh my God. But Brady, I had been begging him for a dog for a long time, and it just like I had been begging, but I knew it wasn't possible just where we lived and how much we worked and everything. Wasn't going to happen. But he told me I could have an animal as long as it had its own place to live in our house. And so I was like, great. And the next day I bought a snake. It was the big one that we started out with today.
And Jerry, didn't you guys get Nagini and Jerry on the same day?
Yes. Actually, we bought Nagini and Jerry on the same day, but we brought Jerry home the day after.
Nagini is wrapped up in your wiring.
Oh.
She's good at that.
What was the next question? Personal dream home zoo. What would it include? Maybe a sugar glider. That sounds like a fun idea. Sloth.
Oh man.
Tons of reptiles. Love snakes.
Baby.
What's your dream lizard? She's super chilly because she was sitting right by the AC.
I don't know.
I love you.
I can't think of any lizards right now. Well, I like bearded dragons. I'm dying. Everybody's here now. Brady's here.
How you
Brady's
feeling?
crying.
Shout out to Jake. I'm on fire. like that Bill Murray scene in Zombieland. I'm on fire.
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, we're all uncomfortable. I'm starting to feel better now.
Yeah.
Are you, like,
Yeah,
this is
it
about the time
slows
frame.
down.
It's
Yeah.
starting to slow down. And you don't know this in watching the show because once they're done with the last one, they're in pain and then they cut and they're done. So you don't know how long it lasts. It still hurts though.
Come here.
What were the other parts of that question? Please tell us some funny stories about your pets and or your time at festivals. Okay, so the first tortoise we brought out, my redfoot tortoise, Gemma.
You do not want to.
Gemma does not like to eat new foods. So
He wants to go back in.
if you put a new food on Gemma's plate, Gemma will walk over to her plate. She will make gag face, and then she will leave the salad. She won't eat it at all.
Gemma is the redfoot, right?
Gemma's the redfoot. Gag face in a tortoise is very silly. It looks like I'm not doing that again. So I hope you caught it. It's on the internet forever now. Congratulations. So that's a funny story. I can't think of any other funny stories.
I liked the first time we were handling Nagini when Mom was present. And I'm very, very warm. And she was around my neck and started to kind of, get really nice and cozy. And so I like elongated my neck and my mom went, she's trying to kill your sister.
No dogs, no.
I always try to explain to people that snakes, because that's a common thing that especially kids ask that a lot, but there's a lot of adults that believe it too, that snakes will try to wrap around your neck to kill you. And I try to explain to people that snakes don't understand the anatomy of a human. So they don't, it's just not a thing. They just don't get it.
Yeah, we're just, that's a nice warm spot and they want to be all up in it.
Mm.
She also just loves being in your hair. She'll just crawl up through your hair and she blows bubbles.
Yeah, we wanted to test her on the beard, but she was acting pretty stressed right then. So she's now in her hide. She's back in her hide. She didn't like the strange guy pulling her out of the spot that she was in.
So those 10 wings were the first thing I'd eaten all day.
Well done, Katie. Good
I
work.
was also eating French fries in between.
That's great. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions that we want to cover that we didn't. I jumped around.
Have a seat.
Thanks. I'm glad you got to jump in. Let's see. We got that. Allison asks, if you could have any morph on Morph Market, which one would you choose?
Accepting money, right? Cost isn't a factor.
Yeah, cost isn't a factor.
I don't know. What about you?
It would be a
Switching.
it would be a
Oh,
good try.
here we go.
That's good. It would be an ocelot retic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ocelot dwarf retic, which is not on Morph Market. If somebody produces one, they'll keep it probably, but that's mine. Also known as rainbow.
Tara, I'm doing good.
The heat. So the weird thing is the crazy heat stuff that goes to your head and like all the snot and everything that happens as a result has died down for me.
Yes.
But your mouth still hurts.
Yes.
That's the problem. It's not as bad though, but lips and mouth still hurt. Okay. What else? Let me make sure that we covered it. Oh, where's our Patreon scroll?
Oh, it's.
I don't have the
Patreon
boards.
scroll.
I don't have the boards, you guys. But I do have a Patreon scroll of these are all our Patreon supporters. Wait, hang on.
The light.
Let's move the light. These are. I want everybody to definitely be able to pick themselves out. For sure, go back and. There we go. Patreon scroll. When we don't have the handwritten boards, we fit it all on one sheet, and here we go. Thanks to the Patreon folks. Such a
Yeah.
fun community over there.
Did you tell them about the special items I brought for you to juggle at the fair?
That's a good funny story.
I did not. So another part of my show, we're just ruining the show for everyone, but that's okay. Most of you won't ever see my show anyway. Part of the show is that I ask people to hand me things to juggle, and it gets ridiculous. The weirdest things that people have ever, it's always like a water bottle, a hat, some kid's shoe, whatever. The weirdest things I've ever had are twice in one season, and I've never had it again, but I did have it at 2 separate festivals, one in California and one in Washington. Somebody offered me their prosthetic leg to juggle. Took off the leg, shoe and foot still on there, obviously, and offered me that to juggle. But Katie went and specially bought several things. What did you get, Katie? Come tell the people.
So
What?
not very many people had lighters this year. Like, it was hard to find somebody with a lighter.
Yeah, because I have people light my stuff.
So I went to go buy a lighter so that I could make sure we had one for the show. And I was at the gas station next to where our fair was being held, and I saw a can of Spam.
Great
So,
choice.
I thought that would just be super random and funny to shove in his face to juggle.
It's a great choice. And then for my last show of the whole festival, my 12th show,
Amy was being
Ninth
his
show.
assistant.
12th show.
12th show.
Amy had the yak horns on, and she was his assistant.
Yeah, for the first time, that's never happened. I made you my assistant.
Yeah,
For that
and
show.
he made me his juggling assistant, and he's never taught me how to juggle.
Yeah, but it was great. It was fun. And what did you give us?
Well, he went backstage, and Amy already knew what I got, but he went backstage, and Amy got to choose the 3 items, and he came back out, and she had a parasol, and that was opened,
Yeah, an
when
open
he came
parasol.
out.
Mhm.
and a children's shoe,
And the
then
item from you was
a pack of hemorrhoid wipes.
hemorrhoid wipes.
I was
Which-
just looking for something random and obscure and embarrassing.
It was
And it
great.
was hemorrhoid wipes. And he goes, and hemorrhoid wipes that Katie very obviously went and purchased just for this. And then he went, oh, crap, hindsight. I should have said that Katie very obviously uses for her own personal use.
Brought her personal hemorrhoid wipes. Yeah. Yeah, super gross. Well done, Katie. Good work.
I was going to grab a bottle of bathroom, like, poop spray, but I kept forgetting.
Yeah.
So hemorrhoid wipes it was.
It
I
was funny.
am freezing. I have goosebumps.
We
I'm
can-
so cold.
It's because of this AC thing. Oh,
No, I'm certain it's because of the wings.
is it really?
I think so, yeah. It
Why?
happens every time I have done this challenge. At some point, once the heat starts to die down, your body it's going into shock. And I'm cold and I'm shivering.
The Harpers have a good question here. That's we're almost done with this. I just want to answer a couple other things. We have 105 people watching, you guys. Thanks so much, you guys.
That's amazing.
Hit the like button if you haven't already. The Harpers are asking, do you consider yourself a comedian and a comic? Do you consider comedian and comic to be the same thing or different? And if they're different, which do you prefer to be seen as? This was a debate that came up on local radio the other day. Yeah, it's interesting when I hear that debate. It's the same thing. It's for sure the same thing. I can say that I'm a stand-up comedian or I'm a stand-up comic, and I have used both words interchangeably. I think that if you're a comedic actor, you could still say you're a comedian or you're a comic. Well, that's not true. Comic, just saying I'm a comic, that implies that you're a stand-up comic. I think, to me anyway, that if somebody says I'm a comic, that's a stand-up comic. I'm a comedian means comedic actor, improv, stand-up, whatever. So I guess there is a difference. I use it interchangeably, though. And then the last one, because the Harpers know about my show and the Yak. Does Manus O'Toole's Yak have a backstory, or does Clark run off each time he's supposed to appear on stage? He just runs off into the hills. He runs off into the hills. He does have a backstory, but I've never said it on a show. He was I wanted my character to not be all bad, because he's kind of a thief and he's kind of a con man, and that's very clear in the show. He's sort of a terrible thief. But the backstory of Clark is that he's blind in one eye, and he was in a he was in a pen right next to a butcher, and he was going to be butchered the next day because he's useless as a one-eyed yak. And so I stole him in the night so that he wouldn't be butchered. That was the backstory.
That's adorable,
Is
and
that-
I did not know that.
Is that why the butcher was passed out drunk? Is because his yak disappeared?
Cleveland, no, that's a whole different story. We're not even going to get into that. Yeah, I never even thought about that. Matthew, thanks for the super chat. I missed everything, but I'll watch it over. Love from Montana. Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, it'll be up. You can watch it over. It was pretty eventful.
I died on camera.
Oh my gosh.
I said so multiple times at least.
I got to say, I'm feeling okay now.
Yeah, I feel good.
I have no problems
Feel better.
right now. My mouth is not, I can still feel the spice, but it doesn't hurt. I'm not in pain anymore. And so what's that? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
It's been maybe 10 minutes since
It's
we
a
last did.
miserable 10 minutes. But it's the only thing that helps is just waiting.
Thanks, Mom. Mom says really fun live stream, you too. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mama Bledsoe.
It's
You're
always
the best.
good to have you on, Mom. Okay. All right. So
Yes, I am. I am the yak.
yeah. Amy is the yak right now. Amy is the yak right now. Let's see. We probably missed some. I'm sorry, you guys, if we missed your question, because I did start skipping around and didn't keep track because my mouth was too hot to pay attention. Oh yeah, yes.
I think you should name.
Sarah asks, I thought of one. If you haven't decided on your name for your super dwarf boy, the one that I got at the auction, what does Amy think you should name him? Now, before Amy said, I want to know what Amy thinks I should name him, but I will say this, that I really will probably not keep this boy, so I'm not naming him at this point. If I decide later that I am keeping him, I'll name him. But the problem is I don't have room for tons of super dwarfs, and this one is not one that I would breed with Echo or Stella. So he probably will be rehomed after being socialized and target trained. And that'll be sad, but it'll be fun to socialize and target train as super dwarf and then rehome the snake. So what do you think the snake's name should be?
I don't know.
Hey, come on. You have to come up with a name.
I think you should name him. I don't know. Let me think. I still feel high from the hot wings. Okay, so
This doesn't have to be a
posted-
good name.
okay, here's the story. I posted a text message, a screenshot of a text conversation that Bob and I were having the morning of the Anaheim Super Show. And it was very early in the morning. I was getting ready for a dress rehearsal for our belly dance troupe was having our final dress rehearsal. And I was already texting with Bob and I was like, why are you awake so early? And he was like, because I'm going to the Super Show and I've got things that I need to get done. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And I was like, well, I'm super excited to see what you buy at the show today. And in all caps, he was like, I'm not buying anything at the show today. And I was like, okay, sure.
Technically, I didn't buy anything at the show. I bought something at the auction after the show. So
cool. And I posted a screenshot of that text conversation
on Discord,
which
you should be on, by the way. If you're not on the Green Room Pythons Discord,
yes,
you should be.
I did pop that. It's in the Horde of Keepers chat though. So if you didn't see it, pop into the Horde of Keepers. And if you're not a member of the Horde of Keepers, what the heck are you doing?
That's Patreon, by the way.
That's Patreon.
Green Room Pythons, patreon.com/Green Room Pythons. Sarah, thank you so much for the super chat. This was a fantastic
Sarah,
live
you're
stream.
the best.
Thank you.
Also, Sarah, I saw your comment earlier about your you and me have matching Scotch glasses.
That's cool.
Awesome. Planet glasses are the best. And somebody responded and said, I haven't seen today's video, but I am assuming we're going to be getting Hot Janice shirts.
Because Handsome Dan.
Because the last time Bob went to a show that he wasn't going to buy a snake at, he came home with Handsome Dan and we made t-shirts. You and I made t-shirts.
When
With
you say
Handsome
you
Dan
and
on
I, that's me saying Amy, can you design this shirt for me and make it for me? And then you did.
And I said yes, and then I did it.
Yeah.
So even though this is a little boy, I think you should name him Hot Janice. But you've been calling him the littlest retic, which I also like.
It is cute. Jennifer Lyle has, thank you for the super chat, Jennifer. Tristan wanted to send his support. Thank you for the super chat, Tristan. Also, if the retic boy is going to be rehomed, you could call him Nomad. That's a great idea.
I like that.
That's a great idea.
Brady likes it too.
Yeah.
Brady did one of these.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. Matthew, thanks for the other super chat. If you breed super dwarves, I will drive there to buy a baby. They're my dream snake. Fantastic. I do plan on breeding Echo and Stella, but they are probably 2 years away from even pairing at this point. And I don't have a male for them yet. So we're a little ways away from it, but I do plan on it. And I think those babies will be popular. Those two individual snakes are fan favorites for good reason. They both have crazy, fun personalities. So, all right, I'm back. I can't believe that I did the Hot Ones challenge, and 15 minutes later, I'm okay to drink whiskey now.
Fantastic. I'm happy for you. I still have spicy chicken wings in my teeth.
It's so good. It's really, the whiskey is really good after the wings. It's really good. All right. Hold on. Try this. I just want to show the tortoise situation. I'm going to tell you when to switch to the other camera. I'm just going to try this thing really quick. We're pretty close to done, you guys, but we're going to try a couple shenanigans here.
Shenanigans. That's my favorite
Will it
part
work?
of every show.
Do we have?
We started off with Nagini shenanigans, though. We're stuck.
It's just hard to. All right. Switch to the other camera. And we'll get the light on there too. Look at that. Look at this. So this is the thing. It's 6 feet long. What you can't see is beyond this is water. So the tortoise can get into the water, and then got a little hide over there and all the stuff. Is it 7 feet long?
It is.
Pretty cool. And there's the other one.
She's in her hide over there.
We got two side by side. So cool. All right, let's switch this back to that. Boom. All right.
Oh yeah, get my lighting really nice. This lighting has been really nice, guys, because you can't see me cry.
It's good lighting. Okay. So, you guys, we are 2 hours and 2 minutes in. That's a great time to end it.
Wait.
Thank you for what? Oh, do we have another super chat?
We did that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This person asks a decent question.
So why not keep the mail you have? Just because I don't have room to keep a bunch of super dwarves. They do get big, even though they're called super dwarves. They eventually get big. And I just don't have a ton of room. And the male breeder that I want to breed with Echo and Stella, I would like them to have several morphs. This one might be anery, but we're not sure. And that's all. So we would just end up with high percentage super dwarves that are mostly wild type, and we might get some aneries, but we also might not. So, yeah.
Good night, Jake and Misha. Love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Love
Sorry,
you.
this is a completely different question.
This is a different question. Okay.
Yeah.
This has been, John says, this has been the best live stream ever, guys. Thanks. Hot Ones challenge, the funny stories, meeting family, and just seeing you two together is so fun. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you guys liked it. Can I put a formal request for this happening again? Yes, John, you can.
Not the Hot Ones challenge.
Yes, for sure. What to do? That was a fun gauntlet to go through. It was painful. It was uncomfortable, but it was fun. Like it was great.
It makes me really, really nervous to do the Hot Ones challenge in my reptile room because I have done the Hot Ones challenge before. That's the first time I've ever done it. That's the third time I've done it. That's the first time I've ever done it while I wore gloves. So, I'm hoping that's better. I mean, they don't smell spicy, so that's fine. And I've still been touching my nose.
Yeah,
So
it's
been okay.
I think it's
But
good.
it makes me really nervous to
Thank-
touch my animals after the hot sauces.
Thank you for that compliment, though. But I want to read Brady's because that was really nice. Thank you. So this is from Brady, Amy's husband, who's standing right here. He says, "Thank you all for supporting this channel. I'm very impressed by the caliber of people that subscribe to this channel. I am too." That's a really good point. A good observation, Brady.
It is a fun place to be for sure.
It is a fun place to be. Matthew says, "I will wait for Echo or Stella to reproduce. They are amazing snakes. I have to make way more room." Yeah. Great. Okay. That's awesome. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We will do this again sometime. We'll do something like it. I like doing different things. So thanks for hosting.
Sure.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
See ya.